Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday.
Hi.
It's Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, and I'm joined by Chaz, who just has better posture than I do. Oh my god. Okay. All right.
I'm
there
not
we
even
go.
sitting correctly. Just more correctly.
Yeah. That's an illustration of how badly I sit. I looked at the monitor and I was like, oh. Hi, everybody. Mao is traveling today. So I'll see her some other time. In the meantime, I'm seeing Chaz.
I am seen. How y'all doing?
I'm doing okay. I've had a weird few days.
Oh, you chose that mug.
Yeah, okay, so listen. This is a great time to show that there is a completely new mug available. We have a new cup for the spooky season. Not only are we doing pumpkin and skeleton, but we have apple, which is ambiguous on purpose because you can do so many things with apple.
Yes.
You can do apple cider,
Apple cider.
which is typically what I think of when I think of the fall season.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if you're not an apple cider person, apple juice.
Apple juice.
You can make an apple teeny.
Apple brandy. Apple jack.
There's many things. So now there's three. As you may expect, it is also a physical mug that exists. You can get it on StephenVOD.com.
It's a website.
And I would have had it in my hand today, but last night when my brain was like, now make sure that you wash that mug and throw it in the dishwasher, I didn't.
No.
So, it's a Waffle House mug today, but just know...
I mean, you still physically have it. You could have brought it.
I could have brought it up.
All right.
And before the end of the stream, I might. It's down there. Actually, if I get up off the couch, it'll give me an excuse to also grab Mal's painting and be like, look at this painting. Because Mal has a painting for auction right now that's only available for like a week. So, and I will show you the mug. Anyway.
Is it a good coffee?
This coffee?
Yeah.
All coffees... This, you want to see a lot of people get really mad real quick. All coffees are the same.
My husband would get mad.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, and chat becomes enraged.
Fair, true, correct. Never mind.
Here come the no's. Listen, it's not that I haven't appreciated having like nice coffee. It's just the difference between like nice coffee and like normal coffee is it's the same thing. Now I've had bad coffee. I've had bad coffee. When Jules made a cup or a pot of coffee at Kahlo in the morning, and I walked into the kitchen in the evening, and I was like, oh, someone made coffee? And someone in the kitchen was like, yeah, Jules made coffee. Which was not indicative of the time that Jules made the coffee. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, nope. Like, that's bad coffee. That's a clear difference. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same.
Rescue your taste buds with Tiny Eddie's spicy dry splatters.
That's what I needed after I drank Jules' coffee. 1,000 Bits Melvin Scout says, good morning and good vibes from New York. Always a pleasure to do the usual snack divination. Cast ye forth the bones of fate, Sir Edward, and tell my future. Spicy dry splatters. You know what? That's not great, actually. It's October.
Yeah. Is that related to the previous sentence?
Well, when I think of splatters, I think of blood.
Oh. So many things can splatter that aren't blood.
Yeah, but in October it's blood.
Oh.
That's just the way it is. I don't get to make the rules. I hope that we watch a spooky movie this month.
You might.
Will you watch a spooky movie?
Probably not. Don't like them.
I have a question.
Okay.
Because I'm always curious when people don't like the spooky movie. Mm-hmm. Is it the scary or the gory that you don't like?
Both.
Both. Okay. Both is an answer. Some people it's one or the other. Some people are like horror is fine, and really they're like cool with like a thriller type thing. But once it gets bloody, they're like no.
No.
And then other people are like it can be bloody, but don't spook me. And I'm like, I've met a few people like that, and I'm like, that's strange. I don't.
I don't like. I don't like spooky without gore. I don't like gore without spooky. Either one. No, thank you.
That's fair. I thought about rewatching the first Saw film because they just did it's the 20-year anniversary of that, and I don't know that Mao ever saw the first one. And from what I understand, all the ones past the first one are too much. TM. I'll spook your gore. Anyway, Elvin Scout, thank you. We got 57 months from Twitchy Toes, 59 from Zelda Master, 65 from Darkness Bride, 73 from Kalen Lux, 12 months from Just Matt 97. Congrats on the one. 10 months from Neither 307, 5 months from Zelgen 255, 300 bits from Satsy says, the cold caught up to me. Today is sandpaper throat. I'm sorry. I hate that. Generally, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's a short-lived sandpaper throat. I had sandpaper throat for, I want to say 2 days, maybe 3. I was sick for 3 weeks, but I only had the sandpaper throat for like a short time, thankfully. We got 16 months from Cosplay Theory, 30 months from Potato Chips. What? 9 months from Taylor Grovehorn, 2 from Party of Me, 70 from Kiwi Lee Scipio, 63 from Vinny G Plays, 16 from Miss Mace Windu, 36 from Shadow Play 626. Congrats on the 3. 21 from Squeeves, 29 from Omega Samart, 53 from Josh R2D2, 62 from Destiny Light, 69 from Vegetable Sorbet. Nice. 300 bits from Jay Lineback says, so right now I'm playing Yakuza Gaiden, and I just started a side quest where I have to help out a washed-up streamer get viewers by helping him vlog at a supposedly haunted apartment. No joke. That's weird. I don't remember signing anything that allowed them to put me into a video game.
You're not washed up. You only shower like twice a week.
If anything, I'm the opposite of washed up. Haley is always saying, we're going to help you get started on your streaming career. And I'm like, thanks. Appreciate it. Yes. Trying to make this streaming thing work. I would like to go to a haunted apartment. That sounds like a fun thing. Of course, that just sounds like Savannah. We had 22 months from Little Miss Musique. 300 bits from Alfie Goldfisher says, good luck and good vibes to everyone who may be in Milton's path. My work is closing early today and will be closed once it makes landfall by us. Many of my coworkers who are in evac zones have already made their way to safer areas. If you don't feel safe, trust your gut and take care of yourselves. Yeah, Milton is wild.
He's a big boy.
Wild. Like, a big strong, but so fast. It became big strong so fast. So, yeah, good vibes, and good luck to everyone. Floridians, be careful with that. Mark and Rhonda are in Florida. They were supposed to be going to this wedding also, and as you may have suspected, travel was canceled. So they are hunkering down, and I'm wishing them well also. Yeah, I was watching some of the stuff come in about the storm yesterday, and it all just kept happening so quick. They were like, the storm is now, quickly approaching a Cat 5, and then they're like, actually it is. Actually now it's 165. Actually it's 170. Actually it's over 180 miles an hour. And I was like, this is all happening within like 3 hours. So it's big. It's very, very big. We got 51 months from the Bassoonist, 36 from Casper Stone Nature. That's a 3. And 71 months from Aaron661. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's 2 arts in the queue. Is one of them EL?
One of them is the Extra Life Totals. Yes, the second one.
Okay. We can do that now. There's
Okay.
there's no law. Is there a law? There's not a law, is there? That we have to do EL like later in the stream. It can be now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Chaz pulls the strings. I mean, if he looked me in the eye and said, "We can't do it early," I'd be like, "Oh, there's a tech issue that it doesn't show on screen until later." Extra Life is November 9th, which is like a month away, and we're going to start showing totals on stream so we can figure out like what game is in the lead, and that's exciting. Hi, buddy.
It's a cat. Hello.
Hi, buddy.
You want this lap? Probably not.
Make a choice. You have 2 options.
Hi. No.
That might have been a... You're not Mallory.
I feel rejected.
All right, let's take a look at Extra Life. We have another ad campaign image from Big Feared Balloon. Yeah, Super Mario Maker is a video game that technically...
If you want some more...
Some more Morning Mario. Here's our Extra Life game totals. 610 bits. $610 from Active Life Magical Carnival, then Assassin's Creed 4, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, My Sims Agents, Kamen Rider, and also note that Roulette was over $200. It's exciting. For those that are new here and haven't been with us for an Extra Life event before, this is year 13. I thought it was year 12. I was wrong. This is year 13, and the way it works is that when every 30 minutes we play like, whatever game is in the lead, but every once in a while the roulette amount dumps into a random game that has at least $25, and man, that's so much fun. Especially when everyone's like, well, I guess we're playing this game, and then at the buzzer it's like, nope, we're playing this other game that was at the bottom of the list. So, Vagamode says, are everyone's games up to date? Everyone's but Jeff's. Although the 2 games that are listed for Jeff were Jeff's picks last year and would still be great options. So, I think one of the things is the Super Monkey Ball foot. What's the thing?
Super Monkey Ball foot.
The pad you stand on, Wii balance board. I got there. I was like, the Wii foot, which is not wrong.
I mean, you're thinking of Tetris with the feet. But...
Yes. Yeah. We do that again, too. Yeah, Super Monkey Ball Step and Roll. You play Super Monkey Ball, but you do it on a Wii balance board because the Wii era was wild. So, yeah. That's one of the games on there. I would love to see Jeff play that. I'd love to see anyone play that, to be honest. That seems like it would be very entertaining. We got 10 months from 2 Sleepy Cats, 48 months from Space Cat Zero. Congrats on 4. 30 Bits of Shy says, do not doubt the wisdom of the mighty bus driver. You mean bus driver.
It's a different character than bus driver.
Different character. And 19 months from RetroLiz96. Thank you. And he says, what is swingers golf? Yeah, so...
the video game, or...
Well, when 2 people love other people very much, and they want to play golf. Yeah, whenever I saw that Brandon listed it... Like, I know what that game is, but also... yeah, it was an interesting... I need to ask Brandon about that, because I'm curious if that's a game that Brandon just chose based on title, or if he has, like, a history with that game.
I absolutely chose my games based on title. I was looking at the list and like, what looks like nonsense? Knowing nothing about any of these. I'm like, these two look like nonsense. I hope they are. I'm not going to research them and find out. On the list they go.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what your games are, but I remember looking at them briefly and thinking, Chaz did not... These are not games Chaz has played.
Oh.
These are definitely games that Chaz chose
They're
from the
not
list.
games I've ever heard of before.
Sometimes those can be real winners. M. Tappet says, is there a way for us to look at the Raleigh Group's game choices? Yes, on the Extra Life page at the bottom.
You might know these games, because you know video games. The first one I chose was Burger Bot.
Actually, I have a vague idea of what that is.
Because it sounds like a robot that makes hamburgers.
I'm pretty sure that it is like this in the same world as like Veggie World. Like it's very we made a game in 12 minutes and here we go. I'm pretty sure that's Burger Bot.
I was hoping it was just like Burger Time, but on the Wii for some reason.
Nope.
And then the other one is the opposite end of the title spectrum. You Draw Marvel Superhero Squad Comic Combat. For one thing, it's a U-Draw game, which already I want.
Yeah, I actually also want a U-Draw game. We have never had a U-Draw game as part of Extra Life proper. We've only ever had a U-Draw game as part of the, what do they call it?
Pre-show.
Yeah, the pre-show.
It's a lyric song.
Well, we can't allow that. Time to give it. Sorry, Toby. Every time we remove an Undertale or Deltarune song from the list, we say an apology.
He's hurting for that advertisement, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure that the initial shock of it's doing how well on Steam was probably a whole thing. Yeah, I do sincerely hope we play a U-Draw game.
Mm-hmm. I think that one would specifically be fun, because then we can learn all about Marvel.
Yeah.
And you can tell us all of the different Marvel lore that there is about all of the characters.
I will talk about the Marvel characters, and then Dan will be like, no.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. That would be great. As a reminder, and people do not know this, the U-Draw tablet is not the only tablet that was made for the Wii, which is insane. There is another tablet that was made for the Wii that has its own games, and they're proprietary, and that's nuts. There are two different tablets. And Joker Nerd says, yeah, the gamepad, not the gamepad, not the Wii U, for the Wii. So there's the U-Draw tablet, as well as, I don't even remember what the other one's called. But we have both. So you pick either one of them. Any game, we can do it. We can do it. Except we don't have the Tony Hawk skateboard. But everything else, we got it. We got 39 months from Liberty KJ. 8 months from Toddly Satisfying, 11 months from Sammy5018, and then 59 months from Epic DXX. Thank you. You're telling me the Wii U isn't just the Wii 2 with the tablet? I don't know. That's what a lot of people thought. That's why they didn't buy it. I am really curious what they're going to name the Switch successor. Because they know that they can't name it Switch U.
No.
So that's out.
Well, hopefully they know that. Sometimes with Nintendo, you never know.
Nintendo makes great software. They make very strange business decisions sometimes, but they make good software. Personally, I'm really just hoping for Switch 2. Just call it Switch 2. Just do it. Just call it that.
Switch 360.
That is the funniest name they could name it. Switch Series N. Switch 1. Oh no. Switch 1. Now we got one of those at home. Yeah, Switch 2 is what I'm hoping for, because I think that would be most helpful. I've seen a lot of people that want Super Switch, and like I like that name, but I'm not sure that that's the best name to illustrate that it's a different system.
If they just went with the Super Nintendo branding, the thin little red letters on the angle, and it all just said Super Switch.
I mean, that would be cool.
It would be cool.
It would be very
probably
cool.
wouldn't sell well.
No.
But I would like it personally.
I mean, there's this notion of like, when you put a number next to something that is ascending, it tells you that it's the next thing. And the Switch is successful, so like just call it Switch 2. That's my vote. And if Nintendo calls me to ask me my opinion, I'll let them know.
Okay.
I suspect that we're probably going to find out something about that in the next few weeks, but
maybe.
But I also suspected it'd happen in September, and it didn't, so who knows. We got 23 months from Owl, my dude, and 24 months from Richard Ashby. Congrats on the 2. Barry Crepe says, I just want confirmation that it's backwards compatible. I'm not a big rumors guy. Well, Mac rumors, but on Nintendo, on like video game rumors, I'm not a big rumors guy. But like, there's been an astounding amount of rumors that have talked about backwards compatibility. So I don't know. I think that it's probably backwards compatible. It seems extremely likely to me. I sure hope so, because I want to keep playing these.
Video games?
Yeah. If the new Switch doesn't play the old Switch games, legally we have to throw all of these straight into the trash. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But yeah, I think it'll be backwards compatible. You have a Switch.
I do.
You played. I know this is like slightly slanderous, but you played a video game at some point.
I don't play games.
That's right. I'm sorry. I was mistaken.
I mean, I enjoyed Tears of the Kingdom.
Is that the last game you played on the Switch?
No.
You play Picross.
Yeah, I do Picross.
Yeah,
the
okay.
Picrossy on twitch.tulu/stochastic.
Chaz does Square Stream. If you didn't know that Chaz streams, it's a thing. There's squares.
Coffee.
You've done a lot of Picross too.
Yeah. Well, I play it. I just play Picross and have for years. So I decided to start streaming it sometimes. And now sometimes I do.
When did you get into Picross? Like, young?
Well, I had the Game Boy Picross game.
Oh, Mario Picross?
Mario Picross.
Okay.
I had that at young.
Okay.
Like when it came out. Or
Oh,
whenever.
wow.
Something
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah.
As
the
child.
90s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like a Picross head for that entire duration. But at some point I picked it back up as a thing.
Did you ever play it like on paper?
I don't think I have ever done Picross on paper.
Really? Okay. See, that's interesting. Mallory likes to play different games like that. Picross is one of them. But she likes to go to the drugstore and buy the paper one.
Mm-hmm.
So Picross and word search and other things.
Yeah.
What's the other thing? What's the thing that's not Picross, but it's like Picross? It's not Sudoku. Yeah. That's it.
There's also like the logic puzzles where they give you the grid and then the story to do the logic.
The what?
Like which of these people was wearing the blue dress, and it's got the grid and the logic.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what those are called, but they exist. I don't know what you're going to Google to find that.
No, it's a thing. Logic puzzles for adults. Logic puzzles online. What is a logic puzzle?
Is that one with the grid? Yeah, that's one with the grid. Oh, they're just called logic puzzles? They need a better name.
What is a logic puzzle? Logic puzzles come in all shapes and sizes, but the kind of puzzles we offer here are most commonly referred to as logic grid puzzles. In each puzzle, you are given a series of categories and an equal number of options within each category. Each option is used once and only once. Your goal is to figure out which options are linked together based on a series of given clues. I have never seen this in my life.
Cat once in your lap. I agree, Liberty KJ. It's not a great name. They need a better name.
Walk the bridge. Good point. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Stephen has never seen Logic before. You heard it here first. Oh, that was hard. But I did it for him.
Yeah. I don't know. Squares are fun. And I got the Mario, whatever new Mario is. I've been occasionally playing that.
Odyssey?
No, the new one.
Wonder.
That one.
He says, it's okay, buddy. You got your good looks.
I mean, I did get Odyssey and play Odyssey, but...
Oh, did you? Yeah, I've only ever
that was a while
played...
ago.
I've only ever played Odyssey when we did the one stream.
Yeah.
That one time Nintendo was like, hey, Odyssey came out 2 years ago. Will you stream it for some inexplicable reason? And I was like, sure. That's like the only time I've ever really played it. And I really like it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I really like it. It's a game... I can't guarantee things in my life, but I don't know how we wouldn't eventually play that game. Because I want to play it. Mao, I think, got a little burnout on it because she tried to do, like, all of the things. She got, like, 900 moons. So I think anytime I mention it, she's like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. But I really want to experience more of it because it's very cool. We got 300 bits from Jay Linebeck says, so I was wondering, what do you think of the recent Magic the Gathering Commander ban list and news that Wizards of the Coast game design team is going to be handling Commander?
That is interesting. That whole situation was sure something.
I only heard about it like tangentially, and it sounded like it was a bad situation that occurred, and I was like,
I have not played any Commander except for pre-cons for a very long time, and probably won't either. It's not relevant to me. That's how I would say that.
I did enjoy the Lord of the Rings pre-cons. And I really... There was a part of me that considered getting the Fallout ones, but I also was kind of half expecting Dan or Josh to pick them up because they talked about it so much. And then when the sets came out, they were like, oh wait, I'd have to learn like a new game. I don't want to do that. And I was like, that's understandable. It is a whole thing.
It is.
We got 300 bits from Retro Game Fan with the George Kepler star rain. That's you. Welcome back to my lap. 300 bits from Gold Major says, Chaz, what have been some of your favorite games to watch on the Friday night streams? Which has been your least favorite games to watch? That is important because, like, yeah, Chaz runs the streams, but it also means that he has to watch all of the nonsense that I put all of you through. So, like, what's been your favorite things?
That's pretty difficult. I generally have a good time watching everything.
That's great. It's really great. That's
as should everyone.
What I will say, one that I recently remembered, because I have a hard time. This will be new information, but I have a hard time remembering things. And recently, I went on like a shorts kick and watched a bunch of shorts that Juliet had made, and I stumbled across some from Super Mario Galaxy 2. Super Mario Galaxy 2 was hilarious. I really, really liked that. Getting a chance to see some of the times when Mao had continually like redone like the ghost level. That was great. That was really good. So that's one of my favorite games in recent history.
I can't think of anything where I'm like, man, they're playing this garbage again.
That's good. I liked Let's Go.
Speaking of not liking either spooky or horror things, I wasn't a big fan of watching the
Quarry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that's. But that must have been a slightly different experience, given that you're not watching it like as a viewer, but you're watching it as like a control room operator.
Dylan was great, yes. But
I would like to think that me and Mao, Alex, and Haley lightened the mood.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we tried to push that, and like people that were like, "Oh, you're playing a horror game, I won't be there." I'm like, "Well, hold on now, wait."
Yeah, it was watchable. It was, if anything, there was, wasn't there like a long time ago a horror game that just you and Mal did? Or one of those sorts of games?
We did Until Dawn, which was like the prequel type thing for the Quarry.
Yeah.
It's maybe the same company.
I think maybe that one was the one that I had if I had to put the time I had at the stream was the least enjoyable, was maybe that one.
Oh, we didn't stream Until Dawn. It was a different game that we streamed? What other horror game did we stream?
I feel like there was another one way, way long ago. Very early.
We streamed Shapeshifting Detective.
No,
that
Shapeshifting Detective
that wasn't
was
a horror
fine.
game. Oh, Paratopic? Paratopic was the one where you go into the gas station and the guy is like, there's a dude by your car, and you look out and there's a figure next to your car. I really liked Paratopic. It's short and you should watch it. And if you're going to watch it, watch my stream. It's like, I think it's less than an hour long. So yeah, I don't know. There might have been some other horror game that we did that I don't remember. We don't do them very often. Back in the day, I was doing the Amnesia games. Mm-hmm. And I haven't played that in a bit. They made another one. I think they made 2 other ones. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. We got 3 bits of shy. It says, I've been organizing all the games my family and I have collected over the years, and I'm realizing that some games were just lost over time. One such title was a Game Boy Color puzzle game called Hexite. Yeah, I am in the same boat, but the games that were lost over time were, like, stolen.
Oh.
They're definitely stolen, because, like, I've always been into video games, and like all my games were like definitely in one spot. And I had a bunch of like neighbor kids that were in my room and stuff all the time, and they just took stuff. Intelligent One says, "You mean borrowed?" No, borrowed is where I give it to someone. Steal is where they take it away. I think the one that I'm really sad about is my original copy of Smash 64. That sucked. I got another copy at some point, but like my copy with like my stats and stuff, all the hours that I put onto it whenever I was 9 or 10 or whatever, like that's gone, and that's the part that I'm like, I wish I had that, but I won't get it back, so I had to get over that. We had 66 months from Sudabite. Thank you. Haley borrowed Metroid Prime. Haley borrowed it. Because you got to remember, originally, Haley asked to borrow it, and I was like, sure. So that's how it all began.
Yeah, it's a different today. You don't hang out with people who would steal from you.
Yeah. it's such a weird thing because like even as a kid, I was like, these are bad people. like you know, it just they were like I had my core group of friends, and then there was the neighborhood kids, and like, you know, some of the neighborhood kids, like I was aware then. There was times where they stole from me and I knew it, and then I could call them out and be like, you took this thing, and they're like, I took this thing. So like if someone's willing to do that, they're going to take more of your stuff. So yeah, now I just don't interact with people who would do that. And if I discovered that someone did, I'd be like, I just won't interact with you anymore, as opposed to I have to because I don't have any friends otherwise.
It's one of the nice things about being an adult. It's like, that's a bad person. Like, well, they're in my class. They have to come to my birthday party. Like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore once you're an adult.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're like, well, I have to invite everyone, including the kid who is definitely going to push me down. Like, yeah, I don't miss child. I don't think a lot of people miss childhood, but I definitely am like, no, I'm an adult. It's good. It's a good feeling. Renee says I don't have to invite anyone to my birthday party. It's great. It's true. It's true, buddy.
It's a cat.
I did wear pants,
and
he is warm, but that's okay.
Yeah, a cold front came through yesterday. It was nice and cool this morning.
Did you do a run this morning?
I did. I did 4.5 miles. It felt real good.
I had to get up early to take Mal to the airport, and when I walked into the garage, I was like, oh, this is nice.
It was nice.
It's finally not summer. Mostly, we're still hitting the 80s. We're still hitting the 80s.
It was definitely an autumnal morning, and that was very nice.
The high today is not 80 degrees. I love that. We got 300 bits from Gadzooks. It says strange baseball name of the day is Butts Wagner. His younger brother Honus is a legend of the game, and his baseball card is worth millions of dollars. Butts' baseball card is worth less dollars.
That's a shame.
That is a shame. In an alternate reality, instead of being fascinated by the Houston Astros and Denny Walling, there's a different reality where people send in baseball cards of Butts Wagner.
Thought you were going for fascinated by butts there.
I do like the name Butts. I don't think enough people are naming their kids Butts anymore.
I think probably the right amount of people are naming their kids Butts.
I'm just saying you can bring anything back. It's not impossible. If you start naming your kids Butts, and enough people do it, then you'll be like, my name's not Butts. I wish my name was Butts. 300 bits from Satsy says, speaking of kids, it's my little niece's birthday today. I got her a Batman plush because she's gained an obsession with Batman from somewhere. She has declared him. That's cute. I got really into Batman when I was... Sassy says the message got cut off. I was wondering if that was the end. I was like, she has declared him. And I was like, I'm not sure what that means. What was the Batman like animated series? Was it just called Batman
the animated series?
That's the one. I watched that when I was a kid. Like 97? 6? 90s? I don't know. There were several. No, there weren't. There was one. There were multiple animated versions of Batman, but there was only one Batman the Animated Series. She just says 93. Awesome. There was also Batman Beyond. Which Mal watched? I never watched Batman Beyond, but Mal said she really liked Batman Beyond. Yeah, I watched the regular version, vanilla, when I was a kid. I remember I had a TV dinner tray, which I don't know if people still have those or use those, but I had a TV dinner tray that was Batman the Animated Series. So I would lay on the floor, which is an insane thing now that I think about it. I'd lay on the floor on my stomach in front of the TV with this TV dinner tray that had the two legs. And I... like, not all the time. Sorry, like, my mom, like, made, like, actual food, and we sat at the table as a family. But, like, sometime... Okay, you know what it was? Not to call out my dad. I love my dad very much, but... and he watches. Hey, Dad. I know that sometimes Mom would work late, and Dad would be the one that would be home. And sometimes when Dad was the one that was home, like, we did like the Stofers or whatever, the Hungry Man. What's the other one? The one that's like the de facto one for kids, and it has the little brownie. The brownie's decent. Every other part is okay. Kid Cuisine! Woo! Oh my god. Sorry, I need to find a... Actually...
I think you'll find that the brownie is not decent.
Well... Oh, man.
Maybe when you are 8, the brownie is decent.
Sorry. There's going to be people here that don't know what Kid Cuisine is, and it's really important. Sorry, we need to show a photo of the packaging with the little penguin.
All right.
Oh my god. Man, I really want to get one of these. Do they still sell these? They must, right? They're probably at like Walmart or something. I need to pick up one of these and make it.
You need one with the penguin specifically?
Well, I mean, the penguin is...
This one has a QR code on it. I don't want that. Kid Cuisine 90s. That'll solve my problem.
Nuggets, corn, macaroni, and brownie, man. That was my go-to. Radio Jet says, I'm so confused. Don't worry, just hold on. I'm putting Kid Cuisine on my shopping list.
Oh, boy.
Which...
There you go.
Look at that! Oh, my God. How... Did that bring back some memories for folks? Because, man... Whew. Okay.
I can stop him from going to the grocery? I can't, actually.
Kid Cuisine... You know what the saddest part of this is? Is that I'm doing this while Mal is gone. So Mal will be like, how was your day? I'll be like, well, I ate Kid Cuisine. And she'll be like, what's happening at home? Do I need to come back? I just think that would be a very good vlog.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. I would love to try Kid Cuisine in the year of our Lord 2024 at the age of 35. I bet it's bad. I bet it's very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yet it's probably still better than it was 30 years ago. We just didn't know.
I mean, maybe. I wonder if I could get someone else to also...
I feel like packaged foods probably hit a nadir in the 90s or early 2000s. I think there were more chemicals that were legal to put in food packaging than there are now.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Renee says, if you find Ecto Cooler, then I'm in. Oh my god. They don't make that still, right? I don't know what they still make. They still make Flintstones vitamins, so I don't know what is real anymore. Like,
Well, why would they not? Those are
because
iconic.
the Flintstones is a show from the 60s, and nobody knows what the Flintstones are anymore. So when they have the characters on the bottle, people think that they're characters for vitamins.
Yeah, they're more famous for the vitamins now.
Which is wild. And Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles, yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that, I know people are coming out of the woodworks to say that they know what the Flintstones are, but I'm sure there's people that do not know the Flintstones because it's not a thing anymore.
They don't play Minecraft, so the kids don't know them.
There's some other things like that. What's another... there's stuff like that with cereals, where we have cereals that we're promoted by something from the 60s, and then that thing is dead, but we still have the cereal. I know there's another example that's not Fruity Pebbles. I can't remember what it is. So. Do they make Fortnite cereal yet?
Surely.
I bet they do.
Almost certainly.
Wasn't there a live-action Flintstones? More than one. There were Flintstones video games and Flintstones video games based on the live-action films. It's fine.
Were they fine?
No.
We can probably play. They're probably on Wii, and we can probably play them for Extra Life.
No, it's much older than that.
Oh.
It's like Super Nintendo era.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. Those movies are old. The Wii, I know that in your mind you're thinking the Wii is old, and you're not wrong, but the Super Nintendo is real old. It's 30 years.
I mean,
33 years.
Video games based on cartoon-related movies in the Super Nintendo era are a very different thing from video games based on cartoon-related movies in the Wii era.
True. We played Barnyard. Which is a cartoon movie. It started as a movie. I think it was a movie first. Because it's Odekirk, and Odekirk did Jimmy Neutron, and that was the same way. It started as a movie, then they made a series. Anyway, we had 35 months from Sweet Serene, and Belladonna Prince gifted a sub to Soloist TV. Thank you. The Barnyard movie is super dark for some reason. I haven't seen it, but I did watch Extra Life last year, and that's not surprising to me at all. So, I'd like to watch it at some point.
Barnyard?
Yeah.
Good spooky month movie?
I mean, it's not at the top of my list for thing. I feel bad because I know not everyone in the Raleigh group is gung-ho on horror movies. In fact, I think I am the only person. I don't think there's anyone else who's like, yeah, this is great, let's do this. There's other people that will tolerate it, and then I'm the only one that's like, let's do this. This will be a great experience. But last year we watched the original Halloween, which is not scary. It's just to let people know. And this is not me trying to trick you. Like, if you're not a horror movie person, but you're like, I would like to branch out and just like watch something that's not gonna give me nightmares, like, you can watch the original Halloween. Like, you'll be cool, I promise. You can watch that and Cabin in the Woods. Those are my two non-scary recommendations. But this year, I was like, oh well, we'll watch another Halloween movie. We'll either watch Halloween 2 or we'll watch the 40-year one that connects to the first one, because there's a bunch of different timelines. And I was thinking about this, and someone had written in our group chat, like, oh, do we want to watch something for the season? And like, me and Dan were typing at the same time, and we both posted our things at the same time, and they were just real different. Because I was like, I'd really like to watch Halloween 2, or maybe the 40th anniversary Halloween sequel. One of those would be great. And like, Dan had written, it would be a good time to watch Over the Garden Wall. And I'm like, it's not that I don't want to watch Over the Garden Wall. It's just that's real different. It's like real different from what I was writing. Apparently Over the Garden Wall is really good.
Okay.
It's a show. It's an animated show, and the whole show, if you watch the whole show, is like 90 minutes. So it's like a movie. Dan gifted that to me and Mal, like, when we got married. We've never watched it, but we have it. It's the only thing I own on iTunes. because he gifted it to me on iTunes. So like when I'm using the Apple TV, if I accidentally click on movies, it's always like, did you want to watch Over the Garden Wall? It's the only thing you own. And I'm like, not right now, but at some point. We got 48 months from Empire Builder. Congrats on 4. Halter says, but you're the Apple boy. I don't typically buy films.
Yeah.
I don't usually buy films. I know that I buy video games, as evidenced by the fact that there are you were looking at them right now. But like, I don't usually buy movies. I usually rent movies. You prefer to steal them? I do not, but I do rent them because I find that I typically don't want to rewatch a movie. I know different people feel differently about that, but usually once I've seen a film, I don't want to watch it again. Like maybe 10 to 15 years later, maybe. But I usually don't want to watch it again. So
same.
Occasionally we'll buy a Blu-ray if it's a movie that like I had a history with that I want to lend to people to watch. But usually not. So yeah.
He's shrimping.
He's a shrimp. I know a lot of people that like to, they rewatch the same things. I know that people sometimes have like comfort movies and they'll just put them on and have them in the background. But I can't. I also can't do that though. I can't have a background film because I have to pay attention to it.
I had a background experience with the background like TV for the first time yesterday when I went to a new dentist here. Because the dentist I went to back in Muncie didn't have like TVs.
Yeah.
I know like this is a thing. It's like at the dentist like, here's our Netflix. What do you want to watch on Netflix while we're dentisting at you? And
I'm being dentisted at.
So that's not an experience I've had before because my
Yeah.
previous dentist didn't have this. So this new dentist I went to had that. And they're like, here's the Netflix. I'm like, I don't have the Netflix. And I saw it said like, new Great British Bake Off. I'm like, sure, why not? Throw that on. And so I got the experience of like, sort of watching a TV show while like, it's like 1/3 obscured by the dental hygienist's arms. And also like my teeth are being attacked and I'm sometimes answering questions. And you know, the volume is just kind of there, and the subtitles are just kind of there because they're being obscured.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm glad I chose Great British Bake Off because it's just kind of like you can tune in and tune out. Like, look, it's nice looking food, and then also be like, yeah, my teeth are these ones here.
These are mine.
And we ended, and I left, literally 30 seconds before they announced who was getting kicked off that week. So I have no idea who lost that week of Brit. I watched the whole thing, but I don't know who lost and got kicked off. So
growing up, like the dentist did not have a TV inside the office because like, what? That's crazy. But shortly before we left Myrtle Beach, we had changed dentists, and that was the first time that they had like a TV in there. And every time we went in, the girl would be like, is there something that you'd like to watch? And like, the answer is no. Like, I don't care. I've grown up not having a TV in the dentist's office, so I'm used to just like staring at one specific ceiling tile and thinking about like what I'm going to eat for dinner for 45 minutes.
yeah.
So I was like, no, it's fine. And she's like, all right, well, we'll just leave it on what it's on. And as it turns out, it was always on Friends. Always. So the only episodes of Friends I have ever seen, I saw. That's it. I've never seen Friends otherwise. So neat. And then whenever we moved here, the first time we went to the dentist, they had the TV, and they're like, is there anything you want to watch? And I was like, no, I'm all right. And they're like, okay. But there wasn't anything on, so it's not like they turned it on. It was just the TV didn't come on. So then I was like, oh, maybe next time I should just be like, yes.
My thought was, it's not that I want to watch something. It's that if there's a thing on, then the person will feel less obligated to do small talk that I can't respond to because I'm being dentisted at. Which is always the toughest part of the dentist, when they're like, so where'd you go? And you're like, ha ha.
I do hate that. I don't know that. I think that's probably universal hatred. I don't think anyone loves that. Especially because, like, sometimes they ask you questions that they're not yes or no. They're like, you know, so tell me how you came to decide to do film and television at SCAD. And I'm like, how? How do you want me to explain this to you? So I have to come up with short answers. I'm like, I like this. Really? Okay. Sign language. Yeah.
But it was a good dentist. I was happy with him.
That's good. That's the most important part. It's bad when you go to a place and they're like, well, it's time to hurt you.
They did have the actual dentist was a sub because the main dentist is being laid up because he fell down while skiing, I think. Something like that. They were telling me, like, we have a sub in because the main dentist, he broke his leg or something.
Oh no.
Okay. Like, just so you're not surprised when you come back next time and there's a new dentist, because it's our normal dentist coming back. His leg's not going to be broken forever.
Oh, every time I go to the dentist, it's just a different person.
You might want a different dentist.
It's not like the person I'm seeing isn't there anymore. They'll be down the. It's just like whoever. The person doing my teeth is like just a different person, which is different from growing up, because growing up it was the same lady, like the same dental hygienist worked on my teeth forever. But like the place that we're at now, I've had a bunch of different people, and like whatever. The person I saw most recently I really liked. It was the first hygienist I liked. Because normally I'm very indifferent, because why would I be anything other than indifferent towards a dental hygienist? But the most recent dental hygienist I actually really liked. And I was like, cool, this is a person I would love to see again. Unfortunately, I don't know their name.
Wait, do you have a different hygienist or a different dentist?
Hygienist.
Okay. But the dentist has been the same.
The dentist is, yeah, but like I don't even know what the dentist looks like. Because the dentist comes in for like all of 10 seconds, is like, yep, you have teeth.
Sure.
And then they leave. So I don't know who they are. Like, I could not tell you if you were like, where was it, a man or a woman? I'd be like, I don't remember. I walk into that office, I sit back, I look at the ceiling tile, I attempt to make small talk, and then the dentist comes in and goes, uh-huh, and then leaves. And like, that's the whole experience, so. The dentist is, yeah, a lot of people don't like the dentist. And like, that's understandable. Nobody really wants their teeth scraped and prodded and stuff. But our dentist is okay. I've had worse. Definitely had worse. We had 47 months from Theirwolf. And 300 bits from Chimera the Jew that says, while we're talking spooky, I wanted to mention y'all should beware McCamey Manor. It is basically a real-life game of Saw. Look up how bad it is at your own risk.
I won't.
Is that like one of those things where you walk through, but it's like real scary and you have to sign a thing? Because I read about one of it might have been the same one. I read about one of them once, and I was like, this is how you get PTSD. Like, this is basically signing up for problems like forever. And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I've done my spooky month scary thing. I went to the dentist. That's enough for me. Ready for November.
Fair. It's completely fair. I've never really liked haunted houses. So, if I don't like haunted houses, I'm probably not gonna like a haunted house, but worse. I like watching scary movies, but I think the reason I do is because there's a filmmaking aspect to it, and I enjoy that. I enjoyed like tearing apart movies like mentally and being like, how did they do this? But you can't do that at a haunted house. You have to think about like this is a theater kid. And I don't want to think about a theater kid. I want to watch a movie. You can quote me on that.
I don't know if we've picked a title for the VOD, but I don't want to think about a theater kid. It's pretty good.
I have a quick related story. There was a time, I think sometime last year, me and Alex went out to eat. We were eating breakfast at some breakfast place. And as we were going in, there were a bunch of kids outside. I mean, I say kids, but they were older. I mean, they were at least like seniors in high school. They might have been college. I don't know. And they were like just moving and doing all sorts of stuff. And I was like, man, what's going on? It's like a flash mob. We go inside and we're eating. And we're looking out the window and they're still out there just doing all sorts of different things. And then it occurred to us that the breakfast place was right next to a like theater school type thing. And I was like, oh, they are theater kids. It's just a bunch of theater kids doing theater kid things. It was kind of nice. I mean, it was like a free show while I'm eating pancakes. Anyway, I also know in my heart that if I would have had the opportunity in high school, that I would have probably also been a theater kid. But I didn't have the opportunity, so I didn't become one, so now I get to be like, theater kids. Wild.
A vlog is out.
Yeah, man. I'm caught up. The things that we did in our life yesterday are captured on motion picture, and they are released now. I'm super caught up. I did that, and I responded to patrons, which normally I have to do like throughout the month. And I took care of that. Like today, I'm all set up to work on Japan. And that's great. I love that.
Because you've got one in progress.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going.
I'm excited for that day to come out.
Not as excited as me. Ready to work on whatever the next... I don't even know what happens next. We're now so far removed from the trip. It's been 7 months, and I'm like, what did we do? I don't remember what happens. I remember being sick.
Yeah, you get sick.
I get sick a lot. There's multiple times on the trip I got sick.
Next is sumo, and you were sick for sumo.
I was sick for sumo, and then we go to the Ryokon, and I was sick for the Ryokon. I just kept getting sick, and I was like, cool, love this. And it was not like sick, like belly sick. It was like vertigo type stuff, and it was bad. And I was like, really? Here? Now? On vacation? So that was fun.
I was fine.
That was my favorite part of the trip, is that you were fine.
Me too.
All right. Go watch the vlog. And things you need to know, tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m., I'm back in Subnautica. We've made like a lot of real good progress, but also, oh my god, it's so scary now. Yeah, speaking of scary game, how have you done with Subnautica, since you don't like scary stuff? Have you found that scary? Because I find it terrifying.
No, because I'm not playing it, and I can tell I would not enjoy playing it. Everything, not because,
Yeah.
Well, no, I wouldn't enjoy it from a video game perspective. Like the enforced draw distance, the rearranging things, and the massive amount of inventory management, and the make this bit to make this bit to make this bit to make this bit.
You're not a fan of crafting games. Yeah.
Well, you can do crafting games without doing it as fiddly as Subnautica did. So
It is fiddly.
I'm glad you're enjoying it and having a good time, because I would not be having a good time playing that for the video game parts of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell anyone it's a bad game. I'm just saying I would not enjoy playing it. So I'm glad you're enjoying it.
The thing that I like about Subnautica is the sense of progression. That's the part, and that's the part that Haley was like, the sense of progression, and she's right. Like, that's the part that really speaks to me, is like, oh man, I finally found this thing, and now I can, MacGyver this thing together, and that's exciting. But also, it's the scariest thing I've ever played. So, But getting past the scary stuff is... well, that doesn't feel like progression to me. That just feels like I survived, so I don't know. When I'm done with Subnautica, maybe I'll look back and be like, why did I do that? But right now I'm having fun, so... It's fine. It's totally fine. We got 300 Bits Waldo says, have to leave stream for work things, but looking forward to Subnautica tomorrow at 11 a.m., same time as usual. Yeah, 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
I will... I think I'll remember tomorrow. I think I won't screw that up. Probably. Anyway, all right. That's it. Chaz, thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. And, yeah, I will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for Subnautica, and then back on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. for more breakfast stream. See you then.
Bye.